అడిగారు విని. Good afternoon, sir. I'm joined the class right now. There is no students here, so I'm waiting for the students, sir. Sir, I have joined the class right now, so up to
సార్ గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ సార్.
సార్ వెరీ గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ సార్.
ఇప్పుడే క్లాస్ అయిపోయింది సార్ అక్కడ, అందుకే లేట్
ఓకే సార్, ఐఎమ్ వెయిటింగ్ ఫర్ ద యువర్ పర్పస్ ఓన్లీ. నో ఇష్యూ.
సార్.
బాగా టైం ఎక్కువ తీసుకున్నారు.
ఇక అంటే లాస్ట్ మినిట్ సార్, అది లాస్ట్.
ఏ క్లాస్ సార్ అది?
రీసెర్చ్ మెథడ్.
ఓకే, మంచిదిలేండి, తీసుకుంటే మంచిదిలేండి.
అయిపోయింది సార్, అది అదర్స్ విల్ జాయిన్ సార్.
ఓకే సార్, ఫైన్ సార్, డెఫినెట్లీ ఐఎమ్ వెయిటింగ్ ఫర్ యూ ఓన్లీ. సో ఏంటంటే ప్రాబబ్లీ క్లాస్ అవుతుందని అనుకుంటా ఉన్నా నేను కూడా, అందుకని ఎవరో ఒకరైనా వస్తారు కదా.
అవును సార్, ఇప్పుడే అయిపోయింది సార్, అదర్స్ విల్ జాయిన్.
ఓకే సార్, షూర్. Can I start, sir? Only 4 members is there.
Start, sir. Yesterday 6 were attended, sir.
Okay, no issue, sir. We can start because the
Okay,
5
sir.
members is there. Na? That is the
Yes, sir.
elective
Okay,
paper.
sir.
The majority of the people they did not attending. So
Yes,
fine,
sir.
sir.
Yesterday.
Today is the unit number 16, sir. That is the evaluation of the digital library. Page number 268. Page number evaluation of the digital libraries. So the topic is the evaluation of the digital library. You have that material, sir? All of you?
Page number, sir. 268.
268, sir. Page number.
Okay, sir. I opened.
Yeah, okay, sir. This is the digital library. Evaluation of the digital library. What is that main agenda? So this is the what is the purpose of these things? So the digital library is the next generation of the libraries. That means in the future libraries. So the traditional libraries, this the just know the IT class also. I told to you the digital libraries. So digital libraries is the only in the step of the storage of that information collectively in the systematic of that way to delivering that information. So this is the future generation of the digital libraries, not only for the current tradition also, in the futuristic also in the software, we are uploading the entirely content of the information. For example, the print description, it will be there. Around in the 20 years or the 30 years, it will be spoil the content because the paper, it will be destroying the content is not visibility. So at that time, that is the digital content format is there in the computer. In the hard disk, whenever you will open to see, the content it will be retrieving the last to the 1940, what is the going on before of the freedom. In case in the 1947, after the freedom, what type of that information is published on the day in the morning, the 1947, 15th August. So the type of that e-content is the paper is there in the futuristic. It will be elaboratively brief of that content, the quality of the content in the first page to end of that information is available on that paper. So in this contemporary majorly, so the introduction of the digital library, the digital library is the entirely the full text of that information. It will be digital format only. There is no in the physical content of any one of that information. This library is the purely working on the virtual mode only. That mean in the internet based only, the URL based only, universal resource packet, www.brambedkaropenuniversitylibrary.com. So otherwise, any one of the institution, whatever it may be, which is that institution, they are the maintaining the digital library, they are the preparing the code, the name, and immediately the URL, internet of the IP protocol, they are the added. So automatically in the India, in the world ways, any one of the people, they are the giving to the credentials, immediately the people can be accessible and downloadable. So this is the process of this thing of the digital library. So in this evaluation, what is that evaluation? So assessment and evaluation is the most important. That means evaluation means it will be fine perfectly is the working. Evaluation means it will be working perfectly it is the working or not. So it is the what is that main? This you have implemented. It will be perfect of that method. It will be providing the quality of that information or not. So this contemporary is the evaluation process is the going on how it will be working. What is the measures here? So the basically first thing is the need to get that material. So digital library main motto is to need to get the digital library of that information. So that means in the library they are providing in the quality of that information in the digital content of that information to the user community. That is the first point. Second one is the need to able to the find out of the resources. So that means what type of that needs is the required. You are the searching one of the biomedical sciences you are the working. So biomedical resources of that information will be available or not. So this type of that information will be retrieving. So that is the main point of view. Need, what is the purpose of your digital library? So your need is not fulfilling. You need means you are the student. You become as a student. You are become what type of that information is the required. That information is not relevant of in your digital library. What can you do? Why you are using the purpose? It will be useful or helpful to you. Then only you can access. That is the main thing. And need to get that material from the sources of the vendors in the delivering of the digital library. Needs of the sources, for example, online resources, and that is the commercial databases. So commercial database, for example, you are the engineering student. Engineering student in the computer science student. Computer science in the new generations is the going on. What cross technologies is the going. cross-culture technology is the going on. So here new trends is the going on, robotics is the going on, AI is the going on, R program is going on. So the systematic of that manner, what type of that information you are the browsing in your digital library perfectly it will be providing or not to find out. That is the main point of view. And need able to pay for fit in the acceptable of that ways. So you are the paying the lakhs of that money for the digital library. It will be perfectly to working to delivering the information to your library for user community or not. We are the paying that money, lakhs of that money, online journals. So at the time it will be prompt, it will be working, it will be useful or your the content for your user domain or not. You can identify. So this is the major parts of the assessment evaluation of that period, the digital resources correctly working or not to find out. So significance of the digital library of the research. So the what is the purpose of the research of the significance? Significance means what is the importance of the digital library? So what is the role of the library majorly? So what is the main thing on this something? That is the main thing. So this is the called as a memo. That is called a metapurposing metadata interaction representation. So that means in the data standard structures is the going or not. So the factors is the research of the development of the digital libraries. So that the digital library of the content of the information, it will be encoded archival description. That means in the digital library is also page manner of these things. We have the uploaded. For example, you have the ebook is there. So ebook you have the uploaded the content entirely in the first page to last page is there. So how it will be readable? What is that important sentence? What is the topic? How it will be reflected? The page manner of the system, how it will be reflected? That is called a moods. So metadata objective of the description is the required. Metadata objective of the description means the standard structure, the title description, introduction part, and next second level of the part, second unit. It will be systematic of that manner, page to page, flip mode only it will be reflected. That it will be reflected, that is the grateful to you in your database currently accessible. For example, you wrote the one of the article. So this is the article of that you are uploading the document. It will be reflected in the manner of article mode only, not only for the essay mode of that entirely in the first page to end of the page. So how it will be manipulated, how it will be working. So this is the metadata structure. The data it will be encrypted in the metadata structure. Easiest of that way, digital library, it will be supporting delivery the content, the A4 of that paper sheet you are the taken the printout. It will be reflected in the perfect of that manager, in the A4 size of the set of that format. It will be reflected in the page, flip mode of that page, easiest of that way, readable the user community. That is one thing. And also copying with the Bora digital works. So copying with the Bora digital working is only information overkills. So in the media, that is the mainly the description phenomena. Information is exposition. So here we are the copying. That means what is the tendency? The copying of copying with boring the digital works means duplication of that work. For example, we have the uploaded one of the ebook. Againly, the same content, there is no of the title directly we are uploading. Same, it will be same thing, the same title, same content of that matter, same thing it will be reflected. But the copy of the title it will be not there. But the content is the same. So such type of the duplications we can avoid. For example, you are the upload the C programming language book by Balaguruswamy. Againly, no need to uploading the C programming Balaguruswamy of the title of the programming. In case we have the uploaded, it will be duplicate mechanism is the going on. So which is it will be the user is asking, it will be showing the duplication of the information, which is the relevant, which is the not relevant. So in the digital library content of the parameter, there is no physical content of that any one of the direct personality is not available. So in case the online virtual library is the going on, at the time the chart system is there. At that time the people will be charting the librarian or administrator of the digital library. They are the charting to providing the content of the reliable or not. They can be a justification they are the providing. So such type of the technical occurs is the coming. So at that time, before you have the applying, before you are the updating the content, avoid the duplication reduction of the data. That is the main effectively, because this is the e-content of the area of the digital libraries, multidisciplinary of that all the same content it will be reflected. The user is the ethic of that how it will be accessed, what is the problem, this is the realistic or not. Such type of the problems will be arising. That is the main conception. That means the third one is maintaining the executive collection of cultural resources. Maintaining the resources of strategic resources. So your resources is there. What is your resources? You are the engineering college or otherwise your degree college. Degree college, what type of the resources is there? You can uploading. And the cultural resources. Cultural resources means your what is the developments is the going on. Cultural resources, your academic activities, you are conducting the international seminar or national seminar. That potentiality, what is that your seminar potentiality? Planning of the skills, what type of the skills paper presentations is the required. That is the main thing. And also some festivals. So that is the your college is the going to the multi-traditional in the Kerala. That is the Onam festival is going on. The culture it will be adapted. You are the going to the festival of the Batkama, but in the Kerala people also they are the studying in the corporate hospital majority in the Apollo and all the global hospitals. The corporate hospital, they are every year they are conducting the Onam festival. So for why? What is the reason? To give the respect of the people they are the working with us, to culture inculcating, to promote the people, to attracting and to respect of them. So such type of that parameters here, cultural resources is also one of the parameter for the accessing of the digital library, and also mainly using information resources retrieval and the protocols and the language codes. So retrieval of the different digital library means what is that? So whenever the people asking their current relevant of that information to providing the information, that providing of that information is called as a retrieving of that information. So for example, I am the searching one of the history. Akbar history, I am the searching. So Akbar history, whenever I'm searching in the 1528, that information is the in his Akbar period. What is the ruling system is the going on in India? It will be reflected. That is my perception. That is the satisfaction. So retrieving whenever I am asking that information, immediately in the prompt they are the providing. That is the main thing. Here, how it will be retrieving? What is the procedure? Language code. So language code means once I am the searching of the history, I am logging to coding of the history by binary system, the language, it will be reflected the decoding they are the provided history. So in the computer in the binary, whatever of that code they are allocated in the program level or 18 or 19 of that method. So once you have the history, you have the applied Indian history Akbar period, that interlink of that page number, that is the number of 18 or 19, what type of the programming coding they are allocated, the programming coding it will be reflected directly on the screen in the behind of the screen. They are the working of that computer, and it will be retrieving the information on the server. It will be showing up that information accurate of the relevant of that information on the computer screen. So this type of that parameter is the major essentials. So how it will be working? What is the strategies? How it will be working? Immediately I'm asking that information. How it will be sharing? So basically the method is the standards methods. Z.39.50 method. So that is the standard protocol of that method. That is the restricted of the protocol. So Z.3950 is the called as a standard structure of that methodology. So ISO standards, international standard organizations, that is the standard rules of that catalog. This structure, this matter, it will be reflected. This content of that. For example, journals. Journals information it will be reflected according to this the first author or second author, third author, or fourth author. So that is the preparation of that methodology programming code. It will be in case the conference proceedings is there. Journals we have the applied journals code. It will be reflected. Conference proceedings we have the applied the programming computer program. It will be reflected to the conference proceeding. So seminars is the required. Symposiums is required. So whenever what type of that information it will be suggested, that information is reflected here. It will be ISO International Standard Protocol. They are the given the standard structure. So the structure means in the point number 1, it will be the journals. Point number 2 is the magazines. Point number 3 is the e-papers, e-magazines. So everything it will be reflected according to the numeric of that method. Whenever we will search, immediately it will be retrieving the information. This is the main concept. So this is the basic fundamentals of that, how it will be working, what is that importance, what is the strategic of that, mainly significance and the importance of that library of the digital, how it will be working on. This is one method. And second one is the main topic of this thing. This lesson is going to the evaluating the digital libraries. How it will be evaluating? So evaluating means, so where the working or not, one labor is the working. Is the working or not? How it will be find out? The supervisor is the finding. So is the regular to monitoring is the working or not? Here also in the digital libraries, this is the evaluation mechanism. How it will be working? What is the purpose? So here the digital library where the preparing of the planning, first you can do one thing. So basically, so why, what is the reason, what is the purpose? You are the preparing the digital library. What is that main motto? So what is the purpose? So here first, the digital library user evaluation.
Your voice is not audible.
This information is the required, this process is the required, what is the purpose, you can evaluating, and where does it, so how it will working, where does it will working, what is the purpose to identification, and also where is the boundaries, what is the included. So boundaries means your jurisdiction of that area, so boundaries, your digital library is there. So in the boundaries, which type of that information you are the collecting, whether the social sciences or physical sciences or pure sciences or mathematical sciences or computer sciences. So which type of the sciences of the information, communication information you are uploading, you can clear cut and boundaries to identifying the information. So including what type of your digital library is working in the academic environment in the computer science mode only. So in the computer science mode, what type of information is the required to identify the schedule. So that means the computer science or libraries, what is the main motto to working on the subject? You can include the subject, main subject. Your library is the academic library, academic contemporary of that information. Basically, your library is working a pharmaceutical engineering. So that is the B pharmacy, M pharmacy library. So what type of that information is is the browsing, immediately the qualitative of the information, it will be reflected. So what is to exclude? So what is that excludes means? So which is the information is the excluded, included, and that is according to your choice. Excluded means, so for example, your library is the pharmaceutical engineering, no need of that all the social sciences, all the engineering sciences. You can exclude. So what type of that information, pure of that information for your library is R&D and academic supporting only by what type of that information, academic supported of the information only you are the providing. So in this contemporary remaining all the databases you can remove. You can follow the only in the pharmaceutical of that information, your research contemporary of that information only you can upload in our library and sharing that information to our user community. That is the main thing. Here efficiency. So efficiency is the more main important. So how does the system it will be working on? So the systems is the supporting in the digital library or not. So how it will be working on to identifying, that is the most important. Efficiency. The systems is the efficiency is the working. The content also is the efficiency to delivery or not to identifying. The system it will be prompted to working on that. Once you can click it on that, immediately it will be reflected that information. I will true and agree on that to you. So the efficiency, how it will be working in the efficiency, the proper immediately I'm asking that information will be reflected or not, how to find out, how it will be processing. So immediately it will be doing, it takes to the much more of the time, 10 minutes or 20 minutes. So that even the lack of the time you have the taken, the database using is the unnecessary value unless of the data. That is the main thing. And this is the major evaluation of the methods. And also current of that evaluation. So in the current of the evaluation, what is the process is the going on? How it will be working on your library? How many people are using accurate of that information from your source of the database? Is the user is the accessing relevant of that information, useful of that information or not to find out, that is the one point of view. That is the main thing. And also context of that evaluation. So the context of that evaluation is the content of that information is the perfectly the user is the using or not, framing of that work, user point of goals. So in your library, your goals is there, the academic goals is there. Your library academic goals are reaching or not. That means your user, the digital library they are providing, all the institutions they are providing. Myself also I'm providing. So my digital library is the useful to the current content of that information to my user community. Yes or no? The identification, that is the major source of that criteria. That is the main thing. So measures are reflections in the selection of that measures. So selection of that measures of that requirement, because you are the procuring the database or any commercial data or uploading of the new data, we have the taken to the suggestions and feedbacks to the user community of the faculty and research scholars and eminent subject domain of the people. They are giving the valuable of that input of that information. This current semester of the students are pharmaceutical of the engineering in the databases. This database is the required, so you can go ahead. So on that basis, we are going to uploading the relevant of the content of the information by taking to the evaluation of the faculty and senior deans and professors. That is the main thing. And methodology. So here methodology of the evaluation is also one of the key role. So the proceeding of the collection of the data, what type of the methodology. So your research methodology, procedures, how it will be collecting, how it will be delivering. So this database is useful to you. You have the taken the decision of that individually. No. So what is the procedure of that manner you have the taken to the methodology? We have the curriculum wise of that information. We have the books are any one of the databases. You have the procuring. First of all, to raise the information to our user community in the library committee of that meeting. So in the library committee of that meeting, you have the discussing this type of the problems the students are asking what can you do, what type of the problems, it will be solutions. This type of the database is the available in the market. We can buy it or not. As the subject of the domain, you are the esteemed people. You can tell me the procedure of these things. The people will be suggested this that domain is the good. They are the providing the quality of the information. You can go through on that. So immediately we will correct the information from the vendors. First we will take to the trial version. So any vendor, any publisher of the domain, online content of the digital library, first of all, they are the providing the trial access of the 1 month or 45 days of that period or 3 months also, according to the depends upon your user needs. So once you have the taken to the database user credentials, the fellows is the publishers, vendors, they are the providing the facility, the user ID and password they are the providing, and creating the account of the institutional level, they are the providing. So immediately we are as the librarian, so we are the sending that communication to the user community. So this type of the databases came to the market, they are the given to the trial access to you, to us. So it will be useful to us. Then only can give me the feedback of that mechanism. It is the well and good. It will be useful to our academic community. Then only I can procure that. So once in the 1 month or 2 months, the people will be accessing and providing the feedback of that mechanism. This is the good. So immediately you can buy it, the database, and providing. So this is all of the methodologies is the going on the interdisciplinary of the activities in the research contemporary of that evaluation feedback of that mechanism. So this is the major points. In the criteria measures of the digital library. So what type of the measures you have the taken? So what type of everything in the IT and digital library is the correlated, integrated of that part. So integrated means in interconnectivity to one connectivity to another connectivity. That is the main thing. So here, so connect, what is the digital library? So connect means in the digital library, what is the purpose? First of all, to the assessment of that evaluation, whatever that measures. So assessment mainly. So this who, that is the who is the using the digital library? Your students or faculty or research scholar. They are asking the reality of the digital content of that information in his academic or research. Then only to find out, that is a major concept here. The digital library, the setup, the digital library, set up the collections of the digital library means or evaluation. Digital library understanding of the quotation means digital library is the collection of the information, resources of the information in the library. So entirely all the collections will be comes to the integrated on of the platform and providing to the information to the user community. That is the main thing. So digital library is the constructing to the all the collections of that material, that is the books, journals, e-books, e-prescriptions. So that means journals, prescriptions, papers, patents. So your documents, your project reports, thesis, and dissertations, each and everything it will be reflected to according to the digital library. Everything it will be comes to the digital library. So here in the major concepts here majorly to find out digital collections and resources. In the digital library, what type of the resources and collections is there? So basically, selection and gathering of the holding of that media. Selection and gathering. So because your digital library is required, what type of the books you can buy? That means in the online ebooks is the required. What type of that materials is the required? You can find out first thing. And secondly, that is the distribution and connections links. So once you have the procuring, that is the what type of that information is required, you can collect that information, distribution and the collections of that link. So whenever we have the purchasing, we have the providing the links of the database, immediately the people will be accessible. Organizing structure of the storage. So storage and the structure, that means we have the supplied the procured the n number of the ebooks, n number of the databases. You can order to preparing the publisher wise or in the alphabetical wise, in the subject wise, in the classification wise. So immediately easiest of that way, once I am the accessing of the digital library, all the books around in the library and then the 25,000 of the ebooks are there. So in the 25,000 ebooks, how to you been segregating? So which book is the relevant to me, which book is not relevant to you? I'm not in the respect of the domain of the day, esteemed personality. So before and that in the subject wise, as the librarian, we can classifying. So that means in the digital library, these books all are computer ebooks. So physics ebooks, journals of the e-journals of the content. So such type of that allocations of that each of the document, each of that file it will be storing. So once you have the clicking on that in the engineering journals, it will be open in engineering journals. If you need the DSP, digital signal processing book is there, you can click it on that electronic and communication engineering, it will be reflected. So this is the major thing. And organization structure and storage. So this is the mainly. So organization structure storage, this means in the entirely all the ebooks it will be categorized in the that is the called as a modules. Each of that module it will be reflected. Once in the clicking that first module ebooks, once you can click it in that ebooks, it will be reflected in the branch wise in the sub branches. You can click it and then in sub branches. For example, in the electrical power system, so power electronics, distributed system, so high voltage of the engineering. Each of the substreams it will be reflected continuously. So that is the dividing in the subject wise. And also interpretations and representations, metadata. Interpretation and representation. So interpretation and representation means one information to another information interpretation. That is the related to synchronization, microprocessor and microcontrollers. So microprocessor and microcontroller it will basically it will be reflected to the subject of the electronics. But basically microprocessor and microcontrollers will be working on the supporting end of the computers. These the both are the synchronizing in the same subject of phenomena. So that's why the relationship between to identifying in the metadata structure standard, what is the subject is there, what is the description is the going on. So on that way, this models is the reflected. And also presentation and persistence. So that is the preservations and persistences. Preservations means and persistence means preservation. We have to store the information. So stored, where is it will be stored? Saving of the data. So preservation means the saving of the data. So which place you have the saving the data? First to access. So what is the main thing in the preservation? To access to providing the data to the user community. So what are the data is there? You can providing, that is the main thing. And also intellectual. So patents is there. So the patents is there. So internet IPR, intellectual property rights, some patents is there, some of the each of the people, some of the scientists is there, they're the publishing some of the patents, that the content it will be named in your name only. The type of the patents you can exploring on that, and physical and description and interfacing and searching retrieval. So this is all are the interrelated to the preserving. So your content of the database it will be preserving the important of the description of that information. So patents is there. Your institutional parents it will be stored in one of the separate of the safety and security of the measure to serving. In the 1970, we have the some of the patents is there in our institution. How many patents is there? How it will be identifying? So long ago we have the patents. What type of the patent is there? That patent it will be reflected to the according to the database storage is there. Immediately it will be retrieving the information. The digital libraries is there. immediately to retrieving the information, the storing of the data, and also services. So majorly availability. So digital libraries, what type of that main role? Services only. The services means what type of that user community, issuing written transaction, document entry service, reprographic services, current awareness service, selective dissemination of the services. So all the periodical services, what are that maybe the people will be asking, all the relevant of that information, they are the providing to the user community by the digital library. And also a ranges of the availability, servicing and description and delivery. A range of the services means because you are there in India or in the remote access of the jurisdiction of that area, 100 kilometers of the radial distance, it's immediately the providing. In the abroad also is there that are going on. Your library is the accessing of the digital library. They are the asking the content. The system supporting it will be working on that or not. So identifying that is the main thing. And and also assistant and the referral. So assistant and referral means in the digital library, in the any ask one of the desk of the top continuously to monitoring, just like as the any one of the people that chatting of the window box, chat box, they are asking the such type of the information. They are the content they did not do the digital library. All the faculties they are the teaching and uploading the subject and exploring. But in the identification is the quite different too. So which place is the brief of that information is there? So which database is the required? So such type of the database that doesn't know the faculties as the librarian they knows. So the database. So that is the clarity of that information assisting and providing to the information concerning the user community to referral services. That means what type of that information they are asking immediately to delivering the information. So users and users communities. So user and users community. User means I'm individual. I'm using the library. My name is the user. The user means that is the using of the personality. User means the terminology of the library science is the called as a user. The user means the people will be those who are the accessing or utilizing the person is the called as a user. User services. So what type of that services is the required for the user community? Then only you can identification. That is the main thing. And also security and privileges policies and the legal aspect in the licenses. Securities and policies of the preservation using of the libraries means what type of the security of the preservations you have the taken. For digital library is there. The Google Ads is the coming. So once you are the searching the data, the internet is there. There is no firewalls. Automatically the advertisements are coming to your desk end. So how it will be identified avoid the such type of that advertisements. So the firewalls is there. So unnecessary of that matters, unnecessary of that mail of that advertisement, they did not to come you. So because this is the only in academic contemporary, the firewalls it will be safe and security. Your measures it will be providing quality of that information only. So that is the main thing of this thing. The major facts and management operation staff and the cost and economics. Management operating of the staff means efficiency of the technical technology, knowledge awareness of the people is the most important to technical knowledge. That is one thing. And the cost and efficiency of the cost proposals. The digital library will be working on the servers and computers, internet bandwidth, and all the scanned computers, scanned scanners, scanning of the scanners of the documents. So the type of the furnitures and smart furniture, everything it will be mainly to framing the AC room to maintaining the server and institutional repository of the information. So in this area, by each you can procuring the firewalls of the protections, internet protocols. So the internet protocols of the purpose, they are the maintaining some of the standard of speculation of that plagiarism, that is the anti firewalls of the security measures majorly to required and the integration of the cooperation and other resources. So integration of the cooperation, for example, so we are using one of the database. In case in the collaboration of another database is there, sir, I am using this database, this type of the problem is the occurring. The coordination, this is the once I am using the IEEE, it will be perfectly working. In the Springer is the not supporting. The Springer journals is not open to my domain. So you can coordinating this journals is the open in my end, it will be not open. The remaining of this thing, what can I do? So what can I help you? This process is the compulsory is the going on, and also contest of the evaluation at levels of the evaluation. So user content. So user what type of the content of the evaluation is the asking, then only we can provide it. So here, any one of the library in the digital library also, major content of that what library is basically to working to the helping of that user. User means your customer. The customer means whether the student or library user or in our research scholar or faculty. So in his needs, whatever of that needs is required, then only you can send that requirements of that information. That is the main thing. So that is the one concept. And second one is thing. So international institutional level. So institutional level, what type of the database is the required? So your institution, you can identifying in the digital. So your institution, all the interdisciplinary, social sciences, arts, physics, commerce, and pure sciences, engineering, all streams is the going on. You can uploading all the database, not only for the engineering. So social sciences is also required. You can uploading the database and individual. So individual people, they are doing the one of the research or plagiarism. They are asking the individual of the people plagiarism. Plagiarism means antivirus software. For example, I am writing one of the article. I am the publishing. Someone else, they are the taken to the article. They are the publishing in his name. The top level of that name is removing. The rest of the content, they are the publishing. So that is the genuine of the not. The once I have the publishing my document, it will be goes to the open domain. It will be copying. No one cannot to copying my data without of that my permission. So the people will be realistic of that working or not. So such type of the data is the really correct or not, how it will be identifying. The plagiarism software is there. Online you have the uploading the content. Immediately this plagiarism, so and so percentage is the publishing so and so area, so and so copy you have the collected, so and so area of that people of that information you have the collected. The data it will be providing in your software. So the type of the individual of that what type of the information, the digital library of the content they are asking, that information also they are the providing. So that is a plagiarism. Or in the digital library content, they are asking one of the article individually, sir, I need this much of that article, you can send me. The content is the asking. So such type of that all the personal aspects of that individual of that user needs of the community also you can helping. Interface. So interface means you and me directly. That is the interface. Directly they are the talking to you and me only. The digital library will be providing the interfacing system. That means what type of that information you can require, that information will be prompted to providing. That is a major conception. So system centered. So that is the engineering and the proceedings and the contest. So this means in the system it will be, the system it will be providing means in the latest technologies of that software technical upgrade. That is the hardware of that system it will be required to provide into the working of that networking of the setup of that works. So that is the engineering stream. That means your network, the digital library of the network, the systematically internet of the bandwidth controlled correctly, the supporting or not, IP internet of the protocol, it is correctly working or not. This criteria is the mainly to evaluating the information of the digital libraries and the traditional library criteria. So this is all right now we have the discussed. This is the mainly to evaluating. So what type of the information, this type of that all the problems are assessment and evaluation, it will be comes to the digital library of that area to evaluating of that information of digital library. So criteria of that evaluating. So what is the criteria of that evaluating? One more thing, the traditional library criteria. The traditional library means in the Sampradaya, traditional library, the physical library. Once we are going to the public library, any one of the academic library. So what type of the traditions is the going on? What is the purpose you are the going on? Purpose, scope, authority, coveraging, currency, audience, cost, framework, and all these things. So this is the collaboration of these things, collection of that information. How it will be collection of that information? Purpose. What is the purpose you are the visiting the library? What type of that information purpose you are the going? Scope. What is the scope of that library? The scope. The scope means the library working. What is the purpose? Whether the public library, academic library, or social library. What type of that library? The scope. This is my library. My scope is only for the higher education engineering college of the information. That is my scope. That is authority. So authority means the institution is the authority. The college is the authority. So covering up that all the information of the relevant current content of that information. So this is all our impact of that evaluating of that peculiarization of that this digital library. This type of that parameters is the mandatory for the field of these things. And information. So information is the main thing. Information, whatever the accuracy. So accuracy of that information. So whenever in the asking, so that accurate of that information, the digital library can be providing. So I am the searching immediately. I want chemical sciences abstract. Immediately it will be showing to the chemical science abstract. That is the main thing. Appropriateness. That is the realistic of that information is the main thing. So appropriate, whether I'm asking, that is genuinely they are the providing. That is appropriate, not only for the this is the suitable, that is nothing else. What are the information I am asking? Such type of the information, it will be retrieving the library. For example, in case they are asking some of the information, it will be not. So once you have the clicking on that, it will be connected to the direct and the link. So this is the main things. So methods. So what type of that methods you have the taken here? So that is the first one is the heuristic evaluation. So heuristic evaluation means that is the called as a method for the identification of the designing of that problem. So where is that problem? Any problem is there? The people will be asking. It will be perfectly to working or not, to identifying. That is the main thing. And that the second one is visibility of the testing. So visibility of the testing means, so the system, it will be perfectly to working or not. Visibility of the system status, the system is the perfectly working or not, to the identifying. That is one thing. Match between the system with the real world. So the system, it will be really to working on the connectivity. In the browsing of the people, the system, it will be supporting or not. User control and freedom. So I'm the user control. I'm the accessing the library. The content, it will be providing the friendly of that manner. The system, it will be delivered the information or not. That is one concept. And also consistency and standards. So consistency and standards means standard information you are the providing. Consistency is the standard information, qualitative of that information, not only for the cheapest of that material, ebooks and all these things. So some publishers, they are the writing of that material, that is the cheapest of the 400, 500 rupees of the copy. Some foreign books is there worth of 25,000, 30,000 of the dollars. That means in the consistent, the quality of that information. Standard subjects, they are the exploring in the hard copy. They are the publishing the standard content of that material. Some Scopus Web of Sciences is there. They are the publishing very, very, very worldwide qualitative of that information only they are the providing. So that's why that is the costly and who's expensive. So such type of that parameters is the most important. Error privilegation. So any mistakes is there, you can identify recognition and flexibility and efficiency of that use. So this is the flexibility and efficiency. So once I am the asking information, it will be providing the flexibility, and that is the main thing, flexibility and efficiency. Once I am using, it will be showing, it will be accurate, it will be providing or not in timely within a fraction of the seconds or not. Authenticate and maintaining the designing. So that in the design is the mainly. So the authenticate of the designing of the information. Once the digital library, the browsing of the information is there, where the authenticating of the login credentials is there, that information will be providing or not. That is the main thing. And user help and restrictions. User help, basically what is that library main motto, to concentrating only for the user community. High end, that is the help of the document. Help of the documents means the library, digital library, what is that main motto? To helping of the document. Once you have the searching one of the COVID article, the COVID article, it will be reflected. That is the helping of the needs of these things. So this type of that initiatives and roadmap of the towards of the digital library. So majorly in the roadmap of the digital library towards effectively and efficiently working on that. So the personal interaction management, long-term relationship. So this is the main point of view. Challenges mainly had. So any one of the digital library, there are some of the challenges is there. So web standards. Website is there at a time, all the people they are the browsing in our students, 6,000 students is there. At a time they are the browsing, your system, it will be not hanging. So they did not um, delivering the information. It will be goes to the bandwidth, the low bandwidth is there. The website is not working in the properly. So the type of the problems, it will be arising in the digital library, unnecessary waste of your digital library, where the providing the action. Interface and human computer interaction. Interface, that means you and me, just like as the interface, and you and me, how it will be working, how it will be delivering the information. and also interface. That is the mainly interface of human computer interaction. That is the called AI, artificial intelligence. So voice command. I'm searching that information immediately. What type of the information I'm searching, it will be immediately. It will be retrieving the information on the keyboard. I'm searching AI. So it will be showing artificial intelligence. It will be on the screen. So such type of that AI applications is there. Easiest of the day, Copyright Act. So you know the Copyright Act. What is the Copyright Act? What is that importance for the study? So without of that author permission, we did not to uploading any one of the ebook in our library. So the Copyright Act is there in the through the Copyright Act. How it will becomes? We did not to go to correct to the author. The vendor, those who are the publishing, the vendor, they are the given the letter. That is the Copyright Act. Scalability. Scalability means the standard structures we have the maintaining to delivering the good quality to the information. Social media integration and marketing. Social media also is the main key role here. Today is the libraries is the main key role. Social media. So what is the trends is the going on in our library? What is the going marketing? So your digital library promotion of that marketing, we have the applied the inviting to the marketing ads also, and also forms sustainability. For sustainability means the digital library will be working for successfully. So we can take the measure steps. So this is the main thing. This lesson is the over. The sustainability means in the qualitative of the supporting of the steps we have the taken. It will be success to succeeding the digital libraries. This lesson is over. So basically, all the content is the digital library. It will be working and delivering the information. Major concept is the user community. So this chapter is the over. So this is my view. So this lesson is over. We have the discussed to the thoroughly two times in the each of the topic. In depth of that evaluation is the going on. Any doubts, please? సో ఈ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో మీరు చదువుకోండి. ఇంకేంటంటే మీకు టైం కూడా ఇట్ విల్ బి వెరీ లెస్ ఆఫ్ ద టైమ్. సో మీరు యూ కెన్ కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ ఇన్ ద ఎగ్జామినేషన్ ఆఫ్ దట్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ. ఇన్ ద పాస్ మోడ్ యూ విల్ గెట్ ఇట్ ద సర్టిఫికేట్ ఓన్లీ. సో ఫస్ట్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ best one. What is that our academic role is to complete the course and get it the certificate. So after the studying of that part also to understanding the subject. So this is entirely this worth of the book. It will be not keeping up in your mind and my mind. So basically what is that we are the human beings. So the practice once we have the reading the regularly in the step by step on the digital library. So what is the evaluation of the methods? What type of the measures they are taken? So this type of that all the methods it will be irrelevant of the entire the content. So whenever the people will be asking the examination of that point of view the question, you can give me the clarity of that. Regularly you can read the content. So this is a terminology is the quite differentiative because we are the social sciences. Some people is there in the science graduates, they are the understanding. But in the technology, this is not in the general prediction. Especially the digital libraries, it will becomes to the IT domination is there. So IT information technology is the going on. What is the needs of the IT applications is there. So once we have the studied the thoroughly IT paper and both are you can preparing the IT paper thoroughly. So automatically easiest of that way you will writable to the digital library paper also. Digital library paper you have the update the social library and society also easiest of that way we will writing the examination. So all the best all the people to write that examination. If you need any of the academic of doubts, please ask me and any of the time then only I will respond to you. Thank you very much all of you for patience to attending and taking to the Sunday also you were the boring of morning to up to evening. Just like as the school just like as a academic student, how it will be sitting up that in front of that cameras. And they have a lot of the challenges, homeworks is there with your families, but still were the patience to listening classes and each and everything, all the best. So studies is never to end of that life. My opinion, the life will be succeeded to success studying only. Once you have the studied thoroughly, so the studies it will be reflected to helping. So not only in the right now, sometimes it will be reflected in your career future pathway, no doubt at all. Because we have to spend the money, it will be reflected to the much more money, it will be comes to the Saraswati. That means It will be reflected to more, we will get it that knowledge, whether paid, whether get it the certificates. These challenges we have the applied your career path, you are applying to the job professionalism, you are going on that entirely, it will be reflected very, very helpful and easiest of that way, no doubt at all. All the people very challenged and competent, no doubt at all. But one thing, confidence is the most important. But the posts are 3 or 5. Any one of that place, the thousands of the people they are applying. But we did not lose the confidence. We have the apply. So whatever it may be, the fate it will be decided in the sometimes. So that is the challenging. You are the applying the job, whether the coming or not, that is secondary issue. Any challenges, any one of the job you can apply. Sometimes some people they are the telling. So Gurukula 10 పోస్టులు ఉన్నాయి 20 పోస్టులు ఉన్నాయి మనకు వస్తాయి కదా నథింగ్ దట్ ఈస్ ఓన్లీ వన్ కాన్సెప్ట్ వన్ దట్ ఈస్ లీవ్ ఇట్ the 20 post is there not only for the requirement of 2 hours in the 20. I need one post on the left of the 19. Anyone can take it, but my job is one job. ఆ కాన్సెప్ట్ తో ఆ బేస్ తో ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వండి. మీరు చదివిన ఈ ప్రైవేట్ సెక్టర్ లో కానీ ఎక్కడైనా కూడా గవర్నమెంట్ సెక్టర్ లో కానీ అన్ని విధాల నవోదయ కానీ కేంద్రీయ విద్యాలయ కానీ ఎక్కడైనా ఏ కంటెంపరీకైనా మీరు ప్రైవేట్ సెక్టర్ లో జాబ్లు చేస్తున్న వాటిలో కూడా మీకు ఉపయోగపడతాయి. బట్ వన్ థింగ్, సబ్జెక్ట్ అనేది కొంచెం బేసిక్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ అనేది ఒక డిజిటల్ లైబ్రరీస్ కానీ ఒక అకాడమిక్ లైబ్రరీస్ కానీ ఫండమెంటల్స్ కానీ క్లాసిఫికేషన్ నెంబర్స్ కానీ ఏ క్లాసిఫికేషన్ వాడుతున్నామని కానీ జర్నల్స్ అంటే ఏంటి బుక్స్ అంటే ఏంటి అనేది కొంచెం మీరు మధ్యలో పెట్టుకున్నారంటే మీరు బిఎల్ఐసి చదువుంటారు ఎంఎల్ఐసి చదువుంటారు ఇవన్నీ కూడా మీకు చాలా హెల్ప్ అవుతాయి. ఓకే, ఆల్ ది బెస్ట్. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ.
Thank you, sir. Sir, one more thing. Are you going to take our practical classes, sir? Practical, complete practical is there one
Practical
paper.
classes, they are the telling, madam, there is the did not to bother of the practical as usual they are the conducted and giving the good marks, not to bother on that. Okay, just you know all the people, this is the 1990 around in the 2000 1990 to 2000 generation of the people. You know the computer, just you can log in, open to the computer. What is the window is there na word file enter అనేది మీకు తెలుసు. ఓపెన్ చేస్తారు చూపిస్తారు అంతే, పెద్దగా నాకు ఏదో మీరు ఏదో ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ రాసి కోడింగ్ రాసి ఏమి ఉండదు అక్కడ. జస్ట్ ఊరికే ఇన్ ప్రెజెన్స్ యూ కెన్ అటెండ్ వాట్ ఆర్ దట్ పీపుల్ దే ఆర్ ఆస్కింగ్, యూ కెన్ టెల్ మీ దట్స్ ఇట్ ఓన్లీ, నో నాట్ ఇష్యూ. జస్ట్ రాజా సార్ ఇస్ దేర్ అండ్ కిరణ్ సార్ ఇస్ దేర్, the people very soft corner, they are the 100%, they are the helping to, you need not to bother that the candidate is the physically they are attending the practical class only, that's it. Remaining all these things the people can be do it. Okay,
So for this digital library, are you going to tell any important topic?
no,
Sir,
all
whether we have to
so
read
here,
all the
so in the basically here, so what is that introduction of that question is the compulsory. So whenever the people are asking what is the introduction of introduction this digital library, what is the importance of the digital library, signification from applications you can write down, that is easiest of the way. Digital library softwares, that is the compulsory of the question. Greenstone library, so DSpace of the library, e-prints is the common phenomena. Digital processing, how it will be going on. So the scanners and all we have the discussing in the previous class, we can go through that one. So metadata structures, we have the difficulty we are not understanding, and that is you can do it. Institutional repository, the second unit is the called as a DSpace software is the institutional repository. Any one of the, this is the second important of the questions. So in the third unit is the block number 3 is the electronic resources. So electronic resources, knowledge representation schemes are resource to discovery of the searching and digital preservations we have already discussed. డిజిటల్ ప్రిజర్వేషన్ లో మనం ఏం దాచిపెట్టుకుంటాము, ఏంటి, ఎలా స్టోరేజ్ చేసుకుంటాము, ఏం చేసుకుంటాము అనేది మన ప్రీవియస్ క్లాసుల్లో కూడా మనం చెప్పుకున్నాం. అది చదువుకోండి చాలు. డిజిటల్ లైబ్రరీస్ లో ఎందుకు ఉపయోగపడతాయి, వాటి యొక్క రైట్స్ ఏంటి, సెక్యూరిటీ ఏంటి, డిజిటల్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ ఆఫ్ ద లైబ్రరీ మనం ఇప్పుడు చదువుకున్నాం కదా. ఇవన్నీ ఓవర్ వ్యూ చూసుకుంటే చాలండి. అన్ని కూడా ఒకదానికి ఒకటి ఇంటిగ్రేటెడ్ అయ్యి రిలయబుల్ గానే ఉంటాయి, అన్ని ఇంటిగ్రేట్ అయి ఉంటాయి మొత్తం ఒకదానికి ఒకటి. కాబట్టి ఆ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ లో అన్ని కూడా రిలవెంట్ గా ఉంటాయి. కాబట్టి ఆ రిలవెంట్ డేటాను మీరు ఒకసారి కాన్సెప్ట్ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకొని చదువుకొని రాయండి, ఈజియెస్ట్ అయిపోతుందండి. పాసిబుల్ పెద్ద విషయమే కాదు. బట్ బిలో ఆఫ్ దట్ ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ ద సర్టిఫికేట్ ఈస్ unnecessary waste of these things. Minimum first class is the required. My sincere advice to you, as per the AICT norms, all the engineering colleges or any one of the private organizations, you are the leading the position. MLIC is the first class, is the mandatory. So all of you to get it at least the first class. Second class వస్తే లాభం లేదండి. ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ ఉండేటట్టు చూడండి. ఎక్కడైనా కార్పొరేట్ సెక్టర్కి ఎక్కడికైనా వెళ్ళినప్పుడు schools లో కానీ ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ ఉండాలి. మినిమం అదొకటి ఇంపార్టెంట్. మినిమం అట్లీస్ట్ 55% అయితే తగ్గకూడదు. ఏదైనా యూజీసీ నెట్ కానీ ఏదైనా రాసుకోవాలంటే 55% ఉండాలి. 60 అనేది మీరు టార్గెట్ పెట్టుకోండి. ఈజియెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ దట్ వే. ఇంటర్నల్ మీకు 30కి 30 వస్తాయి, ఎక్స్టర్నల్ 70 మార్కుల్లో మీరు ఒక 40 తెచ్చుకోలేరా, ఈజీగా 70% వస్తుంది. కాబట్టి కొంచెం కష్టపడితే 80%తో పాస్ అయిపోతారు. కొంచెం కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయండి అంతే. ఓకే
సార్ ఇప్పుడు యూజీసీ నెట్ మనకి ఇప్పుడు మాకు ఎమ్మెల్యేసీ చేసే వాళ్ళు చేస్తాం కదా సార్, అది ఎలా యూజ్ అవుతుంది సార్
MLIC
మనకి?
చదువుకున్న వాళ్ళు కూడా రాయొచ్చండి, ఇబ్బంది ఏం లేదు. చదివే వాళ్ళు కూడా పర్సూయింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద స్టూడెంట్స్ ఆల్సో కెన్ ఎలిజిబుల్ టు రైట్ దట్ ఎగ్జామ్. కాబట్టి
అంటే ఇది మాకు
రాయొచ్చు.
ఎలా యూజ్ అవుతుంది సార్? ఇప్పుడు యూజీసీ నెట్ ఎలా యూజ్ చేసుకుంటాం? యూజీసీ నెట్ తర్వాత
ఎలా యూజ్
పర్పస్ ఎలా యూజ్
చేసుకుంటారంటే,
చేసుకుంటాం?
మీరు గవర్నమెంట్ డిగ్రీ కాలేజీ లైబ్రరీలు పోస్టులు పడతాయి. వాటికి అప్లై చేయాలంటే మీకు పిహెచ్డి లేదు, యూజీసీ నెట్ క్వాలిఫై ఉండాలి. కాబట్టి యూజీసీ నెట్ క్వాలిఫై అయితే యూఆర్ ద బికమ్ టు ఎలిజిబుల్. లేదు అనుకోండి, మీకు జేఆర్ఎఫ్ అని ఉంటుంది. మీరు MLIC అయిపోయినాక మీకు మంచి పర్సంటేజ్, మంచి యూజీసీ నెట్లో జేఆర్ఎఫ్ ఒకటి ఉంటుంది, యూజీసీ నెట్ అని ఉంటుంది. జేఆర్ఎఫ్ అంటే జూనియర్ రీసెర్చ్ ఫెలోషిప్. అది మీరు సెలెక్ట్ అయ్యారనుకో, యూనివర్సిటీలో ఎక్కడైనా పిహెచ్డి జాయిన్ అవుతే యూనివర్సిటీ వాళ్ళు నెలకు 42,000 జీతం ఇస్తారు. 3 ఏళ్లలో నువ్వు పిహెచ్డి చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఎవరైనా SC ST స్టూడెంట్స్ అయి ఉంటే వాళ్ళకి రాజీవ్ గాంధీ ఫెలోషిప్ అని కింద ఈ కాకుండా ఇంకొక 5 లక్షలు అదనంగా ఇస్తారు. మళ్ళీ నువ్వు రీసెర్చ్ వర్క్ చేసుకొని థీసిస్ డిజర్టేషన్ సబ్మిట్ చేసేటప్పుడు అదనంగా ఒక 50,000 ఇస్తారు. ఇవన్నీ ఎవరికి వస్తాయంటే, ఎవరైతే జేఆర్ఎఫ్ క్వాలిఫై అయ్యి పిహెచ్డి యూనివర్సిటీలో చేస్తారో వారికి వస్తాయి. దట్ ఈస్ వన్ కాన్సెప్ట్. సెకండ్, యూజీసీ అది కాకుండా కొన్ని తక్కువ మార్కులు వచ్చాయనుకో, యూజీసీ లెక్చర్షిప్కి ఎలిజిబిలిటీ అంటారు. అంటే లెక్చర్షిప్ అంటే డిగ్రీ కాలేజీ లెక్చర్షిప్ అంటారు. అంటే ఒక లెక్చర్గా డిగ్రీ కాలేజీలో పాఠాలు చెప్పాలంటే యూజీసీ నెట్ అంటే అకాడమిక్ సబ్జెక్ట్లో ఇతను చెప్పగలడు, ఇతనికి సబ్జెక్ట్ నాలెడ్జ్ ఉంది అని గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా రికగ్నైజ్ చేసి ఇచ్చే సర్టిఫికెట్ అది. ఆ సర్టిఫికెట్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళు మాత్రమే యూజీసీ గ్రాంట్స్ కమిషన్ డిగ్రీ కాలేజెస్లో లైబ్రరీన్స్గా లెక్చరర్స్గా వెళ్ళేదానికి ఉంటుంది. ఇకపోతే యూనివర్సిటీలో ప్రతి యూనివర్సిటీ, స్టేట్ యూనివర్సిటీలో కానీ, సెంట్రల్ యూనివర్సిటీలో కానీ, యూనియన్ టెరిటరీ ఎక్కడైనా సెక్టర్స్లో ఒక 3 పే స్కేల్స్ ఉంటాయి. అసిస్టెంట్ లైబ్రరీను, డిప్యూటీ లైబ్రరీను. అసిస్టెంట్ లైబ్రరీన్గా వెళ్ళాలంటే MLIC అయిపోయింది, యూజీసీ నెట్ కంపల్సరీ పాస్ అయి ఉండాలి. అలాంటి వాళ్ళకి మాత్రమే ఎలిజిబిలిటీ ఉంటుంది. దట్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ వన్. సెకండ్, డిప్యూటీ లైబ్రరీన్కి వెళ్ళాలి అంటే వాళ్ళకి పిహెచ్డి ఉండి నెట్ ఉండాలి. నెట్ అనేది కంపల్సరీ కాదు, పిహెచ్డి ఉండాలి. ఒక 10 ఏళ్ళ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఉండాలి. ఒక యూనివర్సిటీ లైబ్రరీకి వెళ్ళాలంటే పిహెచ్డి ఉండాలి, ఒక 10 పబ్లికేషన్స్ ఉండాలి, ఏదైనా ఆర్టికల్స్ జర్నల్స్ పబ్లిష్ అయి ఉండాలి. అప్పుడు ఒక 10 years ఒక డిగ్రీ కాలేజీలో కానీ అక్కడ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కాలేజీలో పనిచేసి ఉండాలి. ఒక లైబ్రరీగా పనిచేసి ఉంటే వాళ్ళు ఎలిజిబుల్. అప్ టు 56 ఏళ్ల వరకు ఈ లైబ్రరీ సైన్స్లో ఎక్కడైనా ఉద్యోగానికి పోరాడవచ్చు భారతదేశంలో. కాబట్టి యూనివర్సిటీ గ్రాంట్స్ దీనికి ఏజ్ లిమిట్ అంటూ ఏమీ లేవు యూనివర్సిటీ లెవెల్ జాబ్స్కి. కానీ ఈ తెలంగాణలో ఉండే గవర్నమెంట్ డిగ్రీ కాలేజీలకి అయితే ఏజ్ ఇంపాక్ట్ ఉంటుంది. 40 years, 42 years. 42 years లోపలే మీరు ఎలిజిబిలిటీ ఉంటారు. సెంట్రల్ సర్వీసెస్కి అయితే సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్లో 35 ఏళ్ల వరకు ఉంటుంది. అట్లా కదండి. కాబట్టి ముందు చదువుకోండి, సబ్జెక్ట్ తీసుకోండి, అకాడమిక్గా మీ క్వాలిఫికేషన్
యూజీసీ నెట్ కి క్వాలిఫైయింగ్ మార్క్స్ ఎన్ని సార్?
అంటే రాసిన దాన్ని బట్టి ఉంటుంది. దాంట్లో SC ST కొన్ని తక్కువ ఉంటాయి, బీసీకి తక్కువ ఉంటాయి. మీరు రాసిన రోజు స్ట్రెంత్ని బట్టి దాని అసెస్మెంట్ అండ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ ఎలా చేశారు ఏంటి అనేది వెబ్ పోర్టల్లో పెడతారు. ఆ వెబ్ పోర్టల్లో పెట్టినప్పుడు దాని ప్రకారం ఫాలో
అంటే
అవుతాయి.
పాసింగ్ మార్క్స్ అంటూ ఉంటాయి కదా సార్, పాసింగ్ మార్క్స్ అని ఉంటుంది కదా?
పాసింగ్ మార్క్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు దాంట్లో 70% రావాలి. ఓసీస్కి అయితే ఒక కేటగిరీ ఉంది, చెప్పాను కదా. ఓసీస్కి ఒక విధంగా ఉంటుంది, SC STకి ఒక విధంగా ఉంటుంది, బీసీకి ఒక విధంగా ఉంటుంది. మీరు NTA వెబ్సైట్కి వెళ్ళండి, నేషనల్ టెస్టింగ్ ఏజెన్సీ, UGC నెట్, UGC.ac.in. వెబ్సైట్ క్లిక్ చేసేసి యూజీసీ నెట్ అని క్లిక్ చేయండి. యూజీసీ నెట్ లో ఎలిజిబిలిటీ క్రైటీరియా, వాట్ ఈస్ ద స్ట్రక్చర్ ఆఫ్ ద క్రైటీరియా, ఇవన్నీ మీకు తెలుస్తాయి. ఎప్పుడైనా ఒకటే గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, ఒకళ్ళని అడిగేదానికంటే మనం సెర్చ్ చేసి తెలుసుకోవడంలోనే ఆనందం ఉంటుంది. నేను ఏదో చెప్తాను, ఆయన చెప్పాడు కదా అని అదే మైండ్ లో ఉంటుంది. బట్ యు ఆర్ డైరెక్ట్లీ టు గో టు సర్చ్ ద డాక్యుమెంట్, యూ కెన్ సీ, యూ కెన్ రీడ్ ఈజియెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ దట్ వే టు ఐడెంటిఫికేషన్. సో ఇంకా ఎవరైతే చెప్పినా
Definitely,
కూడా
sir.
బ్లష్ చేసినా కూడా నమ్మరు. కాబట్టి
Okay.
మీరు యూనివర్సిటీ వెబ్సైట్ చూడండి, ugc.ac.in. ఓకే,
Okay, sir.
రైట్ అండ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ, థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
sir.
so much, sir.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.
Thank you, sir.
రైట్ సార్, బాయ్ సార్, బాయ్, గుడ్ డే ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ. దిస్ ఈస్ ద లాస్ట్
Thank you.
సెషన్.
Thank you, sir.
రైట్ సార్,
Nice, sir.
వెల్కమ్.
Thank you.